Hey guys,
Hi,
I'm Hannah,
and I'm Brandy.
and you're listening to Bottle Blondes Podcast. Welcome to episode 6.
Episode 6.
Wow, it's flown by, really.
Yeah.
Today, as I mentioned... Lola, you look like you're demon possessed.
She was just running around the bed like with the demon
Well-
eyes. I'm sorry, she's really hot.
Why do you pick now? Like, she has slept
She
all
was
day.
fine. Anyways, how's your week been?
Honestly, not great.
Honestly, same.
We've both been sick.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't have my eyelashes on, and I feel naked.
Yeah.
Because I normally have my lashes on, and I feel like I look like I don't feel good, and I have second day greasy hair, and I don't even have eyeliner on or lashes, and
I didn't like.
I just feel
I did
blah.
not feel like getting ready today. I did not contour
Dude,
my face.
I didn't feel like getting ready either.
I always contour my face.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I do the lashes. I go all out.
You guys haven't seen me without my eyelashes on, so my sincere apologies for today.
A very, very stressful week. They've been killing me at work. So
Yeah.
like working 5 days in a row on your feet the whole time, and
Yeah.
at my job you do not get a break.
Well, that's BS, honestly.
It honestly is. And getting up early and going in, like, it's a lot
Yeah.
on you mentally and physically.
I picked up
So-
an extra day this week myself, and
We've been struggling with money around here, even though we work 40 hours a week.
yeah.
We still don't have
I don't
money.
work 40 hours a week anymore.
Almost.
But almost, yeah.
But
I used to work so much. I would have like 90 something hours on my paycheck, and I was like, bro, this is not the life I want to live.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah.
My body was just down so bad. Like today, I just slept in. I was like, I'm gonna sleep in. And when I tell you I slept in, I slept 14 hours today.
You needed it though.
You know, I never sleep that much. Like I'm always,
Your body
like,
was
rising
telling
early in
you
the morning.
you needed
Yeah.
to sleep.
But the good thing is I actually woke up this morning. Like I felt like a person.
Yeah.
You know, like when you wake up and you're not there and you're not feeling good. And
Yeah.
my anxiety is just in my head. But like I woke up this morning and like I went and told my mom. I was like, I feel like I'm a person.
Yeah.
Today. And I haven't felt like a person in a long time. I
Yeah.
don't know if you understand what I mean.
I understand what you mean.
It was a hard week for me, honestly.
We both didn't go to church this morning.
Yeah. And
It was just-
I'm sorry, Jesus.
It was just one of them days, one of them weeks.
Yeah.
It's
My
rough.
body was just so tired of getting up, and I've had really bad anxiety this whole week. Like, and I have not been sleeping because I've just been stressed, and
Yeah.
so I finally slept, and I feel a lot better. And like I've been telling myself, like when I feel bad, I'm just like, you could have it a lot worse right now.
Right.
I'm like, I'm thankful I have a roof over my head.
Right.
I can see, I can hear,
Mm.
I can walk. Like some people
Yeah.
don't like
Have that luxury.
have that luxury, and some people would love to have that, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying. I'm trying a new thing where I'm trying to be positive, because I feel like all I do is think about the bad things all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to be positive in what I do have, to try to make myself feel a little better.
Yeah.
But
I
mean,
feel
I
you.
could have it a lot worse,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's what I just been
It's
trying to
really
do.
hard when you're so stressed out and you're having anxiety to think that way sometimes, like to think
hard.
somebody has it worse than I do. But it's really a good way to think because it's the truth.
Yeah.
That my life is amazing compared to what some other people go through.
Mhm.
Like, I have it good, really,
I
you know.
sat down and prayed the other night. I was like, Lord, just thank you for what I do have, and
Yeah.
like, that I'm healthy, and
Right.
you know, like it's hard to think like that sometimes, but I've been trying to think like that and trying to make myself feel better.
Before we get into our one good thing, can we pour the wine first? Because I need it. I need it right now.
I really have not ate a lot today, so I don't know if it's a good idea to drink this wine.
I
I
need
couldn't
some.
get it.
Ooh. ASMR, guys.
Always. And I can't pour the wine.
No. I lost my privileges back in episode 3.
This is what I do at work. pour alcohol.
I'm going to just let the expert do it.
It's surely a gift, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like my mom's so proud that I can pour alcohol this good.
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's every mother's dream. Whew. Cheers, man.
Cheers to a long, hard week.
Yes. We're drinking Stella Berry again, by the way. So, I'm sure you guys noticed our new intro.
It's finally here.
It's finally here.
We have waited.
Yes, and I will reveal who made it for us now, since it is finished. Her name is Blakely Sky. She is on Twitter. That's where I found her. She is from London, and she does graphic design. She does logos. She does intros. She does, like, banner, cover art. Like, she does it all.
And she's really good at what she does.
She is, and, you know, she kept me in the loop a lot about what she was doing, and she was like, if you don't like this, we can change it. And, like, if I told her to, like, add something or take away something, like, she did it. And she did it to what I wanted her to do, and she was just awesome. So, shout out to you, Blakely Sky. Thank you for our intro.
Thank you.
Go check her out on Twitter, guys. Yeah. Her Twitter will be in the description of this video. Go check her out.
Let's go ahead into Hannah's amazing one good thing of the week. I'm so excited.
Despite me missing a whole week of the gym and being sick, last weekend, this was actually last week, but it just come into my head. Me and Dee went on a date last weekend, and we just up and decided to go to this Japanese restaurant near us, and it was kind of like on a whim thing. Like, it was just like, hey, you want to go here tonight? And we was like, yeah, sure. One weird thing that happened, this is kind of off topic, but I thought it was strange, and I already told you this, but Dee called to make a reservation, because, you know, on the weekend you have to have a reservation there. You're pretty much not going to get in. Mm-hmm. And some girl answered the phone, and he made the reservation, and she said, what's the name? And he said, Hannah Fowler. And she was like, shut up, are you serious? And I was like, what? And then Dee told me that, and I was like, I don't know anybody who works up there that I can think of off the top of my head, like, unless they just started working there.
Like,
I don't.
It's just random people.
And I was like, is it a fan? Do you watch my podcast? Am I famous? But Dee said it was so weird. She was like, oh my God, shut up. Are you serious? And he was like, yeah.
Why would she say that? Like, you should be professional over the phone. I work in a restaurant, okay? I would never be.
I mean,
maybe it's just because it was a man, and he was like, it's for Hannah Fowler.
Well, he was like, just put it under Hannah Fowler.
Yeah.
That was weird, but it kind of tied in with my story. So anyway, we show up. I'm looking for this girl. There was no girl there. I guess she'd already got off work because he had called like as soon as they opened. Mm-hmm. So we go in and sit down, and you know, you sit at those big tables and you're with other people because they cook in front of you. Mm-hmm. So on this side of us, we had a family, and it was a lady and her 2 young children, and I guess it was her mom and her dad. And on the other side, it was a couple. On the side of, on my side. So we sat down, and, you know, you sit there and you kind of get to talking to them sometimes, you know, and the lady that was sitting next to Dee, she was just talking, and the girl was like, Mama, they're on a date, like, quit talking to them, and we were like, it's fine, you know, and so we all just kind of got into this big conversation. The lady next to us, she was saying that her husband was in the military, and they were getting ready to have to pick up, like, sell their house and move to Germany for 2 years. Like, it was, like, really all of a sudden. So they're trying to sell their house and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we somehow got on the subject of getting on a plane and flying, and Dee was telling them that we were flying to Jamaica for our honeymoon. And they were like, oh, y'all are getting married. Like, congratulations. And we was like, thank you. And then the lady with the kids, she said, you know, where are y'all getting married? And we told her, and she was like, oh my God, I got married there.
That's funny.
And I was like, what? That's weird. So that just maybe a coincidence, you know. And then she asked us when we were getting married, and we told her December 10th. And she said, oh, are y'all having a Christmas wedding? And we said, yeah. And she said, oh my gosh, so did I. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. So they were really, really nice. She had a little boy, like in a high chair. He was really cute. And the couple beside us was just kind of like chiming in or whatever. And then the lady that was sitting next to me, she was like, if you're getting married, I'm a florist. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, do you have anybody doing your flowers? And I was like, well, I don't really know how much flowers we're going to have, but I haven't found anybody yet. And she wrote her number down, and she was like, give me a call, text, or whatever. She was like, I really just do it on the side. It's not like my main job, so I don't charge like what a florist would charge you. So I was like, duh, okay. So took her number down, really sweet. What are the odds of that, you know?
I have another, my good thing is another What Are the Odds story, so that's pretty funny.
So then, you know, we all ate, and then the couple that was next to us got up, and they said, it was really nice meeting y'all. Went over to the lady with the family, and he said, tell your husband thank you for his service and thank you for your sacrifice. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. And then he came over to us, shook Dee's hand, shook my hand, and he was like, I hope you have many wonderful, happy years together. I hope your wedding is like everything you dreamed of. And I was like, oh my God, this man is really nice. And the lady said, you know, we'll keep in touch about the flowers. So I was like, okay. And we sat there, and they left. And then the lady with the family was sitting next to us, and she was like, how did they get their check so fast? And I was like, hold on a minute. So I got up and went and looked at the bill, and he had paid for the whole entire table's meal.
He paid for y'all.
He paid for everybody's, the whole entire table. It was like $200-something.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
then
really nice.
Dee and the other guy in the family went and chased him out in the parking lot, trying to tell him thank you. But it just goes to show you, like, there are still really good people in the world. Like, not everybody's bad. And that was just like, what are the odds? I was like, this is the weirdest but best date we've ever been on. Like, what in the world just happened? But it just, like, made me feel good because, you know, there are still good people in the world who care. And I'm meeting with the lady about the flowers this week, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
See,
all
our
worked out.
amazing story once again. I don't really have anything good to say, but here's my amazing story.
It was just weird. Like, it was a good thing, but it was just like, what are the odds, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
I wanted to wait.
Yeah.
Build the suspense.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Me and Garrett went, we went and ate at this restaurant. We sat outside and like felt like summer.
Ooh.
And that it's nice to go eat outside. Like felt like summer, and it was good. Happy times. We went to the movies. We went to see the new Sonic movie because you know Garrett loves Sonic.
Oh, yeah?
So I went to see the new Sonic movie, and there was this like little boy and like his dad sitting in front of us, and like the little boy was like all dressed up. He was dressed up as Sonic. He had the hood on.
Aww.
And watching that little boy made the movie for me. Like,
Aww.
he got so excited he would get up and dance.
Aww.
But we had a really good time. It was a good time at the movies. I love going to the movies. And so we get out of the movie, and like I see the little boy, and he's just running around the parking lot really fast, like he's Sonic. And like, seeing that little boy so happy just made me really happy. And so the weird coincidence of it is because there's like, you know, the local Mexican restaurant in town that we go to every Friday.
Yeah.
And our waiter was like, I seen y'all at the movies. And I was like, that was you? He said, yeah, that was me and my son. I was like, what?
Aww.
He was like, yeah, that was me and my little boy. And I was like, y'all made my night. Like, your little boy made my night. I love to see other people happy.
Yeah.
And like, Garrett really liked the movie, and he was having a great time, and he was happy, and he smiled. Like, he doesn't get happy over a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say, whoa. He smiled? Wow.
Don't make him sound like he's not a bad person.
No. He's just like very...
He keeps, like, you don't...
He doesn't show a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom's like that, too. She doesn't show a lot of emotion either. And I'm very emotional. See, that he had a good time that made me feel happy. And seeing that little boy have a good time. And it was just a weird coincidence that, like, we went to the restaurant, and he was like, I seen y'all the other night. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was weird.
That's crazy.
But it was a good day. We went outside, and it feels good outside now.
Yeah, it does.
And that's making my mood a lot better.
Yeah.
And like I said, I woke up today feeling like a person. So
right.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good for our good things of the week.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead into just some current events and things that have been going on.
I'm ready to talk about this because I'm pissed.
I'm upset. Very upset.
Let's talk about the Grammys.
Okay, so...
We talked about the Oscars last episode. Now we're talking about the Grammys. Because I'm mad.
So you're up in your Billie Eilish shirt today.
I'm happier than ever.
Is that true?
Kinda. Oh, let me show you my shirt. Hold on.
It's a dress.
It's actually a big t-shirt dress thing.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it, but if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Billie Eilish.
I'm Billie.
So, anyways, that's why I'm sporting my Billie Eilish shirt today, my Billie Eilish merch, because she got nominated for 6 Grammys and didn't win, not freaking one.
Yeah.
And I'm pissed.
And I'm upset because Taylor Swift didn't win anything, and I feel like the award shows have been just doing Taylor Swift dirty.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's a lyrical genius, okay?
Yeah.
I love Taylor Swift, and so I was kind of upset about that. But, so, album of the year, like, everybody, like, I know, Billie was nominated, Taylor was nominated, Justin Bieber was nominated,
Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande was nominated. They do her dirty, too.
They do her dirty, too.
They do her dirty, too, I feel like,
And
because...
she shows up to these award shows, and she be looking so cute.
I freaking love her, queen.
Taylor Swift didn't even go. I was like, I bet she was like, time
I
go, they don't give me nothing. So
after I've been screwed over so many times, I think I'm just going to quit going.
I feel like she just sat at home with some wine and her cats, Meredith and Olivia, and I can't remember the other one. I feel like she just sat at home and watched it.
Probably.
That's what I would have done if I was her.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Who did go? Olivia Rodrigo. It was her first, like, appearance at the Grammys.
Yeah.
She ended up winning 3 awards. She won, let's see, I have it written down here. Best Pop Vocal, Best New Artist, Pop Solo Performance. So she won 3 Grammys. So, I mean, I'm proud of her. I support her.
I'm an Olivia fan. Like, I think she deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Billie Eilish did get her time at the Grammys. Like,
last year,
she won a lot.
She beat Ariana, Taylor. She beat them all out.
Yeah.
So she got her year. But
I guess.
Feel like this new album was better.
Yeah.
And I feel like she should have got more out of this one because I love her new album.
Yeah. She won a lot for When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, there was some bangers on that album, too. But Happier Than Ever, like, that's a bop. Dee was saying something about the Grammys, which I thought was really true. Like I said earlier, Billie Eilish had her year at the Grammys, like, and she was kind of, like, the best new thing at that time. Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of switched over to Olivia Rodrigo. Like, she's getting really big, and now it's, like, her time to win everything.
And I'm happy for her.
I am, and I feel like she deserved it.
She does.
Don't get me wrong.
I like people vote for these awards. This is all like kind of like staged. And,
yes, clearly.
And I feel like sometimes people who have been like in the industry for a while, they come out with some great new things, and they're not really getting like what they deserve from that because they put in hard work and stuff. They do with Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she's not appreciated enough. Because I love Ariana Grande and I love her music.
Yes,
and
I do too.
I feel like she doesn't get the recognition that she
because the Positions album was top tier.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I feel like people forgot about it. And then, like, Olivia Rodrigo just came up and she
with her Sour album.
Which, I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
I love her. I'm not saying anything bad about her.
Right. Her album was bomb.
Yeah, and I
it
think
was good.
I think it deserved Album of the Year.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy that won it.
I've never heard of him.
I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, I know Justin Bieber was nominated, Taylor Swift was nominated, Billie Eilish was nominated. Like, it was Olivia Rodrigo. Like, it was a stacked category.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people to beat. So I guess we'll go ahead and talk about the Will Smith controversy again.
I'm pissed about that too.
Kaden sent me a picture of this thing, and it was like outside of a Starbucks where they have their tip jar. And it was like Chris Rock, Will Smith. I was like, that is a great way to get tips.
Oh my God. That is a good idea. That's a good idea. I mean, they really thought that one through.
I seen a Starbucks that did the same thing for like Euphoria. There was like Team Maddie, Team Cassie, and like people put their money in for which
That's
one.
dope.
I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
But the Will Smith drama, he has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
Yep.
So, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, I understand what he did was wrong. I'm not
He
saying...
could have done it in a better way.
Right.
Obviously.
I'm not saying, you know, he didn't have a right to be upset. It could have been handled better. But for 10 years...
Yeah, that's kind
that
of
seems a
ridiculous.
little extreme to me. And you know he's not going to get nominated for anything else because of that. Like,
it's like his whole, it's just ruined everything.
it really ruined his career. And the one thing that I heard that pissed me off, I don't know how true this is, but I did see it on Facebook. They were making I Am Legend 2. And, you know, that is his movie. Like, he made that movie.
That movie scared me when I was little, but I've since rewatched it, and I'm not as scared as I was.
The emotion in that movie.
That is a good movie. I love that movie.
So, I heard they were going to make a part 2, and they have now said that they want to recast his role with Michael B. Jordan.
Now, I love Michael B. Jordan, by the way.
I really love Michael B. Jordan. Let's
him.
make that clear.
I loved him in Black Panther. He was really
yes.
good at that. And I love him, but I just think, like,
that's his movie.
Will Smith, like, he is really known for that
movie. That movie, yeah.
Because that's, like, I feel like that's one of his best movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. So, I mean, I feel bad for him.
And I heard that he was in contract with some other movie that they were getting ready to make, and they fired him. So, it's just like, it ruined his career in a way. Yeah. And then, freaking Jada. I hate her. You know what? I hate you.
Okay. Jada, she's coming for you.
She made me so mad because she released a statement, and she was like, I'm not a woman that needs saving. I'm not a woman that needs defending. So, your husband ruined his career to take up for you.
And you're not even taking his side?
What? And I also seen an interview where she was like saying that she didn't really want to marry him and this and that. And I'm like, get out of here, Jada.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
Coming for you.
Yeah, you've upset me. Will Smith, I'm sorry. If you want to be on the podcast, we have a seat available. You're welcome.
We really do. You should come in, sit down. I'll put you in contact. Your people can contact our people, and we'll just get the process going.
Contact Lola at... She's our manager. Will Smith, man, I'm sorry. I wish things turned out better for you, man. I feel really bad for him. Yeah. And I wish you the best.
And one last thing.
Like he's ever going to see this, but just put it out there.
One last thing I'm going to say before we wrap up current events, because we really taking a long time on things today. We are just on a different level, and we both felt like crap today, and for some reason we're on this hyper level of craziness and silliness.
Yeah.
So we're just talking way too much.
Yeah. Sorry.
We should have merch. We talk way too much. Because we freaking do.
Should we have merch?
I don't know. I think it would be cute. Jojo Siwa posted on her TikTok how she was not invited to attend the Kids' Choice Awards. And she was nominated.
How are you going to nominate her and then not invite her?
Nominated and then they didn't invite her. So, y'all go spam Nickelodeon. Like, why did you not invite her? Like, I mean, I feel like that was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Like, she got nominated for these awards, you know, she's probably excited to go. Like,
right.
She goes every year. Like, she was a Nickelodeon girl. Like, they promoted her a lot, and I felt bad that they... Like,
poor
that
JoJo.
made me sad. I feel like she's dealing with it, and it's okay, but...
She's got bigger things coming,
yeah.
So I'm sure she'll be okay.
I feel like she's done with Nickelodeon now, so...
Yeah.
New era for her.
I mean, she's getting older and, like, kind of out of that, you know, and... She's kind of, like, outgrowing some of her old stuff and changing it into something for an older audience in a way. So, I mean, go off, JoJo.
They're going to regret. I cannot.
We're going with wet. we going with wet. No, I'm biting JoJo Siwa.
That's how JoJo used to talk on Dance Moms when she was a baby. Like,
it was cute.
Like that.
It was cute though. It was like her personality.
Yeah, she cut her hair now. Like she can't even put a little hair bow in.
I seen
that was your thing, girl.
I seen on her and that's just another example of her getting out of that, you know. But I seen on her Instagram story where she had it like in this little tiny little ponytail.
That's funny.
I mean, go off, JoJo. You do you, girl.
So now we're just gonna get into the thick of this episode.
Into the thick of it.
Hannah, that trend is over.
Into the thick of it.
Watching the sound on TikTok, and it was like, the older generation on TikTok, like the 90s kids.
Mhm.
And I was like, so we're the older generation on TikTok? That's what they were basically saying, like the 90s kids on TikTok.
Oh, so we're
older,
old?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
I was today
Those
years
Gen
old when I
Zs
found that
are
out.
just ruthless.
Yeah.
I do not consider myself a Gen Z.
I'm a millennial. Sorry.
It says that we're supposed to be Gen Z.
Liar.
We were born in 97.
Liar.
But I'm not a Gen Z.
Or don't
I'm a
identify
millennial.
with Gen Z.
I do not identify. I don't even know if I would identify more with millennials than I do Gen Z.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're our own generation.
Yeah.
Generation 97 unicorns. We don't really fit in anything else. We're just unicorns.
Okay.
We're crackheads. I promise we don't do drugs, guys. We just sound...
We don't do drugs on the weekday.
We don't do drugs. It's not even a weekday. It's Sunday.
We don't do drugs on Sundays.
We don't do drugs on days that end with Y.
This episode, let's get into it. It's about musicals.
Musicals!
I probably shouldn't have did that. Sorry for people listening on Spotify and Apple. That wasn't pleasant, probably. My bad.
I feel like the first time I was ever exposed to musicals was watching Grease because it was a classic. And
That is a
my mom
classic.
grew up watching that, so that's the first time I'd seen a musical.
Right.
And there are people out there who are musical haters, and I hate them.
Scandal.
I just love watching people just break out into song and dance for no reason, and I wish my life was like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was kind of the first musical that I watched when I was little, and then of course I feel like musicals kind of came back into my life from High School Musical. I think I was 10 when High School Musical came out. But we were in 5th grade.
I had a High School Musical birthday party at the skating rink.
Oh, everybody had their birthdays at the skating rink.
I know.
I had so many birthday parties at the
I
skating
thought
rink.
I was Sharpay. I was her.
That's where I got my personality from.
Yeah.
I got it from Sharpay. And Alex Houston. I would watch Broadway musicals illegally online on YouTube. So funny story. I just got this new phone recently, and they were transferring all my old data from my old phone, and I had musicals illegally downloaded onto my old phone, and it was why do you have all this? Why do you have so much storage in your videos? I was I don't know.
What? No, I don't.
Sorry, it's Mean Girls the Musical. I need to save that. I don't know if I'll find it again.
I didn't get into musicals until high school when I got in drama, and my first short story time, guys. I took drama as a BS class. We talked about that in our very first podcast episode.
Yes.
Go watch it. A requirement for that class was to either be in one of the productions or work behind the scenes, on set. And of course, I didn't want to be in it at first. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to work behind the scenes. I'm going to help out, whatever. Because it was a requirement for the class to pass. Mm-hmm. So they were doing Chicago, one of my favorites. Now, one of my favorites. But back then, I didn't really know what it was about until I saw them rehearse. Mm-hmm. And it was a week before opening night. And my drama teacher comes to me, and she loved me, and I loved her to death. And she said, so, I just had somebody drop out, and I need you to play this part. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. No. And she was like, yeah, you're going to do it, because I want you to do it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, opening night's a week away. And she was like, it's only 6 lines. And I was like, okay, I can do that,
Yeah.
So I played, her name was Go to Hell Kitty in the show. She had 6 lines, and within that short span of time, she shot 3 people. And
That's fun.
it was honestly fun. And then that's how I really got hooked on doing musicals. And then, of course, I was invested in it at that point because I was a part of it. So I started, really researching Chicago, what it was about. And then I watched the movie, and the movie is fantastic. Yeah. By the way, I had to rent it off of some crazy freaking website. Yeah. But D watched it with me, and he really liked it. Renee Zellweger is in it. And Grease. I was in Grease too. Mm-hmm. We did Grease in high school, and I was one of the pink ladies. I was Marty. And that was the first time I'd ever sang in front of people ever in my entire life. And she was like, oh, by the way, you have a solo. I was like, oh. So, but yeah, that was the first time I'd ever sang in front of a big group of people. But it was fun. And I loved being one of the Pink Ladies. Like, they're iconic, you know. Yeah. And I got to wear the big poodle skirt and the Pink Ladies jacket, which I still have, the jacket. And, but yeah, Grease, man, it's a classic.
So I went into ninth grade, okay, so I was the musical queen. So I had been watching these musicals. I had West Side Story, the original one. I got it for $1 at the dollar store. And, like, I was watching it, and then ninth grade, they did West Side Story.
Yeah.
And so I auditioned when I was in ninth grade.
Yeah.
And, like, I wasn't in drama. I did chorus because I was really focusing on singing. So I did chorus, and I was like, well, I'm going to audition for West Side Story. I was really nervous. Like, I was a really shy kid.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to get up there. Because when we do auditions, well, back then, the old drama teacher that you were talking about, she did them where you went up there and
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
Yep.
So that was my first time getting up there and performing in front of everybody. And, like, I was in ninth grade. She didn't know who I was. And, you know, we live in a small town. And
she had her favorites.
They pretty much already have
the cast.
So, but I got up there and I performed. And then, like, I just had this hatred with this teacher because I did not get into West Side Story. And I knew that musical from the back of my hand, like, and
right.
Yeah. So then I didn't audition for another musical in high school until we got a new drama teacher, and then I got to be in the musical. When we got a new one, I was like, okay, I got it now. And she did auditions differently. We went in the room like one by one,
right,
to sing.
And I feel like that relieves a lot of stress off of people because when you're up there singing in front of everybody, like I get the concept, like she wanted us to know what it would be like, but. You know, some people don't perform their best like that, you know?
And some people just thrive off of the audience.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like when I got older, I did more. But when I was really young, like, I was like 13, like, trying to audition for this musical, and I felt like I was a little nervous, and I felt like she could tell I was nervous.
And you were just a freshman, and, like, there had been people there who had been doing this for years, and...
So, obviously, I wasn't going to get a lead role or anything anyways.
Right.
We're just going to go ahead and talk into some of our favorite musicals. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, we touched on Chicago already. Yeah. It's just good, man. John C. Reilly, once again, King as Amos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the movie, he was great. And you picture Amos to be, like, really awkward and weird because of the way, like, Roxy treats him. And that's why she was, like, kind of having this little affair on the side with Fred Casely. And I just feel like they picked the perfect guy to portray Amos and who we pictured him to be. And that was good. And Renee Zellweger played Roxy, and she was really good.
I feel like when y'all did that in high school, it's really controversial music to put in, like, the dances y'all were doing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little bit controversial for
She didn't care.
She didn't care.
She did not care.
Full out. Like, I was like, all right, well, go
She
on.
held nothing back, man. But, I mean, it was good. And Catherine Zeta-Jones was Velma in the movie. And she's just, like, she, again, looked like how you thought Velma would look. Like, the tall, slender, skinny, like, short bob cut. Like, I don't know why I just pictured her to look like that. But, yeah. It was good. The movie's great. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I'm going to put you on. And we touched on Grease a little.
Yeah. Grease is iconic. Like, that, it's just, I mean, what more can you say?
Now, that was based back in the 50s.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
For sure. And
Chicago was in the 20s. I let Dee sit down and watch Grease because, you know, he's never seen it.
He's never seen Grease?
And he said, where's all the black people? I was like, honey, we're not going to go there. Yeah, I was like, this was based in a different time period. And then when they started doing, like, the hand job, he was like, what the hell are they doing? I was like, oh my God, you are uncultured. John Travolta, back in the day, he was the Danny Zuko.
He was.
Nobody could have portrayed it like he did. And Olivia Newton-John looked a little old.
She was older than him.
No, but she looked too old to be in high school.
She did a good job.
She did.
And I think her voice fit Sandy.
It did. But she did not like she was in high school.
Honestly, like, Rizzo, like, none of them looked...
Rizzo especially. Yes. Honestly, all of them looked too old. Maybe John Travolta was probably the best fit, but they all kind of looked... Frenchie looked somewhat younger. Beauty School Dropout. That's my favorite.
I love that song.
Oh, yes.
So I feel like now, like, there's been a lot of more movie musicals come out recently.
Living for it.
Yeah. And I'm glad that, because some of the shows, like, people don't really get the chance to go, like, to Broadway to see the shows. So to put them, like, in a movie, like, it gets more, like, access for other people to see it and hear the music. And, like, I'm just glad that we are getting more movie musicals, and there's been more made, like, every year.
I agree. And with that being said, let's go into The Greatest Showman, because Hugh Jackman, king.
Okay, so Zac Efron,
he made his comeback.
Yes, he did. And I feel like he said in an interview, he was like, I was not going to do this movie, and so I found out that Hugh Jackman was going to be in this movie, and then I signed on.
And Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Like, come on now. You have to do it.
He said, this is a quote from Zac Efron himself. He told me. He didn't tell me. I seen him in an interview. He said that A Kiss with Zendaya was his best on-screen kiss.
Yes, I heard that.
I feel like Zac Efron falls in love with all of his co-stars.
He seems like that type.
He does.
But, I mean, in that last song, when Zac Efron's like, this is the greatest show. Me and Brandy were in the movie theater like...
We were like, rewind it.
Rewind it.
We just shake the whole
studio.
Rewrite the Stars.
Magical.
Me and you, we went to see that movie. We were the only two in the whole theater.
Yeah.
So we were just losing our minds. Okay.
After Rewrite the Stars, we were like...
I felt like if I were to be cast in like a production of that, I would want to play his wife.
Her song was so good. Yes.
I feel like that's in my range, and I could sing that.
Yeah.
I love her part.
Yes.
Like, she has some good songs. The cinematography of, like, the opening song, like, with him and her dancing in the train.
Yes.
It's just beautiful. It was beautiful.
And they start with them being, like, kids, and then as the song goes on, they're older.
The little boy did so good.
Yes.
And then he steals the bread, and I was like, oh, classic, Jean Valjean.
Yes.
And that was a nod to Jean Valjean.
And we're getting into that one next.
That was one of the big ones, and they was like, oh, all right, like, the musicals are coming back. Like,
yes. And I love him and Zac Efron's song.
Yes, at the bar.
Yes.
What's it called?
The Other Side.
The Other Side. Yeah.
Good. Oh, and you know what I liked about that soundtrack? They did the reimagined after it. And the version of The Other Side with Max and Ty Dolla $ign.
Yes.
So good.
I have it on a playlist.
So good. And Pink doing A Million Dreams.
And then, like, her daughter did the A Million Dreams, too. Like, that
was
so sweet.
It was so good.
Like, that shows you how good of a movie and music
all of these stars wanted to come and, like, remake this music. And it was really good.
I'm a fan of just music in general, and to put music with a movie. So, like, you can just constantly listen to that music and immerse yourself back into that
exactly.
musical. Like, that's why I love musicals so much.
Exactly. You can kind of, like, take yourself back. Yeah. And you can kind of picture the movie when you hear the song.
I sing that, and I just pretend I'm in the movie, and I'm dancing on my bed at night. Follow me on TikTok. It's funny. It's fun over there.
The Greatest Showman's definitely my top 5.
And I feel like Zac Efron, like, he really has so much potential. Like, he could really make it with musicals. I don't know why he's sticking with just these acting projects.
I felt like he thought that he was always going to be known for High School Musical, and he was trying to get away from that. But, I mean...
But we've
The Greatest Showman was a hit.
Yeah, and we've seen with The Greatest Showman, like, what he can do. And he is really good at what he does. Like, he can sing. And he is good at it. And
hit me.
And I feel like he needs to be in more musicals. Since we're talking about Hugh Jackman,
yeah,
we're going to have to talk about Les Mis.
Les Mis is probably my all-time favorite musical.
Yes. I got introduced to Les Mis because I did chorus in high school, and for one of our pieces for like a concert, we did a medley of songs from Les Mis, and that's where I kind of heard the music for the first time, and then I then illegally watched it on YouTube.
Of course.
Of course. And then me and Hannah, we auditioned for the local college to be in a production of Les Mis. And that was another one where you had to go up on the stage in front of everybody and sing.
And that's another one that was already freaking precasted already. Yeah.
But I did get to be in the ensemble, and I'm glad that I got to say that I got to do that, because that's my favorite musical of all time.
In a way, like, I was kind of glad that I didn't make it into Les Mis, because I really loved watching it. And I was like, man, if I would have been up there, I wouldn't have been able to see it. So I didn't make it into Les Mis.
But it's okay.
But it's fine. I had my fair share of, my parts and roles in high school, and I was very blessed.
More than I've been in. So.
I was very blessed with that, and I was glad in the end that I did get to watch it, because y'all did a really good job.
Let's talk about Hugh Jackman in Les Mis, because that man, he lost all that weight for that part.
Yes.
He is committed.
Yes.
Okay.
I just love him. I just love him, and my mom loves him. When I told her Hugh Jackman was in Les Mis, she was like, "Oh, I'm watching it." Like she has a big crush on Hugh Jackman, which, I mean, he is good looking.
It's one of those musicals too, where they don't stop singing. The whole thing.
They sing the whole time, except for maybe just a few little words here and there. Yeah. I could sing that whole damn movie, and I'm not ashamed.
Not ashamed.
And it's a long movie too. You really got to appreciate a musical to be able to watch that movie and appreciate it, because, okay, I told Dee, I said it's a long movie, but it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite, and I want you to watch it with me. And I said, I'll kind of explain to you what's going on throughout the whole thing so you can get the story, because I knew if he just watched it, he wasn't going to understand it being his first time.
He said he kind of watched it in class, they had it on, but Dee was not watching that movie. Dee was on his phone. Right.
So we watched it, and I kind of explained to him what was going on. And then by the end of the movie, he was like, dude, that was really good.
And they did all the singing live.
Yes.
They didn't, film it. They didn't record vocals and then do it. And
Anne Hathaway.
One take
of I Dreamed a Dream.
It was beautiful. I feel like people...
her
people
emotion.
are surprised that she can sing, the average people. I was like, have y'all not seen Les Mis?
Right.
Have y'all not seen Les Mis?
The emotion, her acting was just untouched.
She cut her hair for that movie.
Really cut her hair.
In the movie. Sorry, earthquake. When they cut her hair in that movie, and she was crying, I would have been crying too.
Heck yeah. Them was real tears, and I don't blame her.
I'm going to go ahead and just talk about Eddie Redmayne. I was obsessed with him when I watched that movie.
I love him.
He's in the prequels, the Harry Potter prequels right now. I'm gonna go see that next week just for him.
I seen that commercial the other day.
I love him. He's just so cute.
I was like, Marius.
He is so cute.
That's Marius.
He's the perfect Marius to me. That boy can sing. I loved him. And with Aaron Tveit, is that
my favorite? Unpopular opinion, I think he's hotter.
He played Andros. He's a very attractive man as well.
I think he just stole it. He stole the show for me.
He was on Wicked. He was Fiyero.
Yes. Oh, man.
He is a perfect Fiyero.
Amanda Seyfried is Cosette.
Yes.
Unpopular opinion, I think.
I feel like people hate on her.
She was good.
She was good. The notes that she was hitting, girl, that's high. That's way up in there.
I feel like she didn't get enough credit.
She didn't. And everyone loves her. And
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. My watch started talking. Everybody loves her in Mamma Mia, and she gets so much credit for that. And I feel like she didn't get enough credit in Les Mis, but she was really good. Yeah. And let's talk about the legend, Samantha Barks.
Don't even get me started, because I freaking am obsessed with her.
On My Own it was my audition song. I used that for several auditions.
I mean, it's one of the best songs in the movie.
It's a perfect audition song. and you can just portray your emotion.
My heart broke for her in that movie. Perfect portrayal of a stupid man who isn't getting the signs that she's trying to give him. Like,
it was very clear.
Very clear. And he would just be like, oh, like, he thought he made it off as a joke. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
And then, but you get the love at first sight with him and Cassette.
Yeah.
And, like, I like that type of crap. Like, yeah. I'm a sucker for that. But, like, her portrayal of Eponine, like, that's her story is just so tragic.
It is. And she's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Like,
I like to play her.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Because you get the emotional songs, and then you get to die, but then you get to come back for the end.
And then she sings a song. She sings A Little Fall of Rain as she's dying. Mm-hmm. And it's just... And then that's when he's holding her and kisses her on the head. And I'm like, yeah, you could have done that about 2 scenes ago, Marius. Poor girl.
It switches because, like, when you see when they're growing up, like, Eponine's, like, the rich one, and it's like, the little poor girl, and then they have this swap. So it's all about Eponine's parents. I do not know if I'm saying her name right. Helena
Bonham Carter.
She's a legend. She's been
Love
in so
her.
many good movies. Like, she's the perfect one to be cast for that part. She did amazing.
Yes.
So just shout out to her real quick.
I had all the feels when Cosette and Marius were singing A Heart Full of Love, and then Eponine comes in, and she's so sad.
And she was like, all my life, on my own.
Somebody be with that girl. and then the big thing is when they were about to shoot Marius, and then that's how she died. She turned the gun away from him, and she got shot. I mean, Queen.
I love her.
Really. And even they made her, yes, and they made her look so bad, but she still looked good. Like, they tried to make her look bad. And another thing, Frozen is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and Elsa is my favorite Disney queen princess of all time. And she's playing Elsa in Frozen London right now.
Oh, wow.
And she posted a video of her singing Let It Go, and I died. I passed away because it was the best thing I've ever heard. All in all, Les Mis is just, it's a great movie.
And the little boy that plays Gavroche, I'm blanking on his name.
Daniel Huddlestone.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was amazing.
Yes.
Loved him. Oh, we hadn't touched on Javert yet.
Javert. Dude sung through his nose. I ain't even gonna lie. He had a little nasally voice. But unpopular opinion, his song Stars, right before he killed himself, I love that song. He had his moment to kill Jean Valjean, and he didn't do it. Yeah. And then that was his whole purpose in life, was trying to find him.
He didn't have a purpose anymore. But, okay, you're going to need to you need mental health, you need counseling, come to us, Javert, next time.
I mean, it was a little dramatic. You didn't have to fall off a bridge. Like, it wasn't that serious. And there's so much to say about Les Mis. It is, that one and one more, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is tied for my number one. But it's just good. I could watch it over and over and sing the whole entire thing and not ever get tired of it. Yeah. It's just a really good story.
Let's go into the Woods, which...
It's a good one.
Okay, a lot of people didn't really like the movie because it was different from the Broadway production a little bit.
Yes.
And the way they ended it. See, at the end of Into the Woods, like, you know, Rapunzel's prince in the movie, they kind of stay together and go off.
Yeah. But
in the original Broadway production, him and the other prince both leave Cinderella and Rapunzel, and they go for Snow White and Sleeping Beauty next. Like,
yeah.
And it's just like the trope of like the prince is the same in all the movies.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked how they've switched it up, and Rapunzel got her happy ending. So
can we talk about how beautiful that girl was that played Rapunzel? She is gorgeous, man. And the guy who played the prince, I'm blanking on his name, but he was cute too. They made a cute couple.
He was in Aladdin. He was in the Aladdin.
Yeah, and he played that weird freaking prince guy. And we were watching Aladdin in the movies, and I was like, dude's from Into the Woods. And you were like, yeah, he is. Aladdin is another
That was a good one. They did good with that one.
Yes.
Anyways, we're on Into the Woods.
Yes.
And the little boy from Les Mis, he was more grown up, and he got to be in Into the Woods, and he played Jack, and he was so cute still, and I love his song.
I loved his Giants in the Sky song. I was like, oh my god, he sounds so much more grown up than he did in Les Mis.
I just love the premise of that movie, and it's because I love Disney movies and princess movies, and it just had like all the tie-ins, and I could watch that one over and over too. I thought it was really
James
good.
Corden.
James Corden has found a way to get himself into every single musical movie ever made.
He can sing though.
Him as the baker was the best
fit.
Yeah, like, I felt like he did good as the baker.
And Emily Blunt. Was the whore.
Yeah. Emily Blunt as
whore. Dude, she made me so mad.
She's so good though. Like,
I love her
as an actress.
Yeah.
Like, she is really good. She did a good job in that movie. I'm blanking on the little girl's name. I know it that played Red Riding Hood, but her songs were good. And they were cute too.
Yeah.
I loved
she was
her.
A little sassy
and
thing.
Anna Kendrick as Cinderella.
Yes.
I loved her as Cinderella. She was so good.
I agree. I love her voice.
She did a good job.
I love her voice.
I feel like she's underrated too. Like, she's not talked about enough.
Pitch Perfect. I mean, good movies. Yeah.
I feel like the first one was, sorry to go off topic on Pitch Perfect, but the first one was really good. The second one, and the third one wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
I kind of forget it.
If I'm going to watch Pitch Perfect, I'm going to watch the first one.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
I like Haley Steinfeld, and she was in the other two, and
yes.
she was really good.
Yeah.
But the first Pitch Perfect was good. Anyways, back to Into the Woods. It's a long movie, too, Into the Woods.
It is.
It is a very long movie. I actually sat down with my boyfriend and his whole family. We had movie night, and I picked the movie and made them sit through Into the Woods.
Oh, my God.
They said they liked it. I hope they did.
They're probably like, damn, when is this going to end? Especially Garrett.
It's musical.
And Chris Pine.
Oh, Chris Pine.
Was in it, yeah. He was good.
One of the Hollywood Chris's.
Yes.
He's not my favorite Hollywood Chris, but you're a Hollywood Chris.
You served your purpose.
You served
Into the Woods.
We're gonna switch on over to the man of the year, freaking Lin-Manuel Miranda. Man of the year.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I watched Encanto. You have yet to watch Encanto.
I haven't watched Encanto.
You should watch it.
I should.
It's honestly really good. The music is really good.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda knows what he's doing with his music.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about In the Heights in the movie, and we're both in the Heights at our high school, so that's got our first taste of Lin before he was famous.
Right.
We were on that train first, okay?
Yes. I played Vanessa when we did In the Heights, and that was like my second lead role.
Mm-hmm.
My first was, it's not a musical, but I was in The Great Gatsby, and I played Myrtle Wilson, and that was like my first taste of being a big character. So, but Vanessa, she's a big part of it.
She is.
So it was really like an honor to be able to portray her, and she did it justice in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa Barrera.
She's a very pretty girl.
She's gorgeous.
And she can sing.
She did it justice for sure. It won't be long now. She did her own little spin on it, and I liked it. Mm-hmm. She kind of made it her own.
I feel like you made it your own when you did Vanessa. Like, they kind of tweaked it to
right.
your own, and that was your portrayal.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite songs.
I think I've seen some high school productions of In the Heights on YouTube, and I feel like ours was cringe.
Here's
like
what I found.
Shut up! I feel like ours wasn't as bad as some of the other ones I've seen. I think we did a pretty good job.
I think we did too.
And our set was really cute.
It was. We had that was like our first professional set.
Yeah.
And it was nice. Anthony Ramos as Usnavi.
I feel like he was perfect.
Perfect.
He handpicked him from Hamilton. I bet he was like, okay, you're in this movie.
Exactly. Yes. And he did it so much justice. Like, he was Usnavi. Like, he really made himself into that character, and he portrayed him absolutely perfectly. On top of that, he was good to look at.
He was appeasing.
Appeasing to the eye. As he was in Hamilton as well.
We were sitting there watching it, we went to the movies to see it, and that part when he was like,
Oh.
hey y'all, good morning.
Yeah, and then at the end of the In the Heights song, when it was like, in Washington Heights, and they zoomed in on him, and I was like, dead.
That musical really did well as a movie.
It
I feel like
did.
it was made to be a movie, and they did a really good job.
The casting was
they cut
great.
a couple songs because we're fans. And they did cut one of your favorite songs, Hundreds of Stories.
Yeah.
And she's upset about it.
I was kind of upset about that.
But it's okay.
Hundreds of Stories
They
is
had
good.
one of Nina and Benny's songs too. What was the
Sunrise. Yeah, that one could have went.
Yeah. I feel like that wasn't needed. That was okay.
Yeah.
They did change Paciencia Fe a little bit.
I liked it though.
Yeah. She was like, all right, mama.
Okay.
And she just went off.
It was good.
It was good.
And Paciencia Fe, you can ask Brandy. That's a bop.
And
one of my favorites.
That played her in the movie is the same one that originated her on Broadway. And that was amazing for her.
Yes.
Do that. I bet she had a good time doing that.
I like the twist they put on it though, and for me to say that, that's saying a lot because Paciencia Fe is one of like my favorite parts of the show, and I had high expectations
So for that.
I had high expectations.
I was in that part, and when we did it, like I was one of the ones like fussing at Abuela, dancing around Abuela, and Hannah'd be in the wings, just.
Oh, and everybody else that was in the show in high school, that was like not their favorite song. Like they were like on their phone, whatever. And I was in the wings like Paciencia Fe. I was in it, but I liked the little spin they did on it. Mm-hmm. It was good.
And then they kind of switched up Blackout, too.
Yeah.
The part that was originally on Nina and Benny's, they switched it up to Vanessa and Usnavi, but I
loved that.
And the part
it was appropriate.
What did he say about her? It was iconic.
Even shaking your ass for like half of the heights. Yeah.
That was good. We watched that in the movies and we was like, because that was new content for us. And
yeah.
We were like, oh, I like that.
I was like, go off.
I like how they gave Vanessa more purpose in the movie too.
Yeah.
And like they gave her, she was something other than just being Usnavi's love interest.
Right.
They gave her more like with her fashion and stuff. Like they built her character up more.
I loved how they did that.
Yeah.
It was more centered around Usnavi and Vanessa than Nina and Benny.
Yeah. I feel like in the original production, like Nina had
a lot
way more than Vanessa did. And
yeah.
I felt like Vanessa, she's like the lead girl. Like
yeah.
She's Usnavi's love interest.
Yeah.
Like, and they really upped her part in the movie. And
right. I loved what they did with that.
I did.
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda kind of reevaluated things, mm-hmm. and he tweaked things for the better. Mm-hmm. And the girl who played Nina was really good.
And the guy who played Benny.
Hot.
He's hot. He had never really like sung before.
I heard that.
And like he did amazing. Like,
yes.
I loved him and their songs and like just when they were like dancing on the roof. I liked how he got to be in it as Froggle Guy, and then the original Benny from Broadway too was in it as Mr. Softy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a good tie-in for them to come back and do that. Lynn keeps a close circle of people, and he hires a lot of the same people.
Like Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Like, it's his own little production. Like, he has his close friends and people he trusts, and he's booking them roles and keeping them paid. Like,
they added a new character, mm-hmm. too. New character, she played Daya mm-hmm. on Orange is the New Black, and that's where I knew her from, because that's one of my favorite shows.
And then I feel like the reason they did that, too, was because... like visually, like it was like a trio, and like you watch movies, you know how the girl group, the trio,
right?
Like, the main girl and her two friends, like, and I feel like that's why they added that just visually to see like the three of them together, because it was mm-hmm. just Danielle and Carla kind of dancing off to the side, so they kind of made another one. So it was okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
I first seen it and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Who was you?
But I liked it. And in the show, Vanessa's kind of in the trio, but they wanted Vanessa to kind of have her own story. Mm-hmm. So I liked how they did that too.
Yeah. So overall, I thought it was great.
They did it justice.
Yeah. They
really did. As far as In the Heights goes, that and Les Mis are my top. It's hard to pick between them two, which one's my favorite. Because I have like In the Heights kind of has a place in my heart because I was in it.
Yeah. And
the movie exceeded my expectations. So, Lin-Manuel Miranda, he kind of got started with Hamilton.
Yeah, like In the Heights was like his first really big musical, and then like Hamilton, he took off.
Yeah.
A few years ago, that's all anybody was talking about was Hamilton, Hamilton, Hamilton.
Yeah, and they came out with it on Disney Plus, and it was good.
I liked it. I liked the music. I still listen to the music to this day.
Byrne is my favorite.
Oh my god. I would die to play her.
I love her.
I want to play Eliza.
Can we just talk about how, what was her name? Peggy?
Yeah.
It was like, Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. I was like, damn.
And Peggy.
Who's got beef with Peggy, though? Like, poor Peggy.
I like the whole thing of Angelica and Eliza and Hamilton.
Yeah.
And, like, that was interesting. Like, Satisfied. Like, Angelica went all...
Yes. Lin-Manuel Miranda, I wouldn't be upset if you had Hamilton into a movie. Just saying.
And I wouldn't be upset if you wanted us to be in it.
Yeah. Me either.
I want to be Eliza.
I'll settle for whatever.
You'd be a good Angelica.
Yeah. She's kind of sassy.
She's sassy. Sassy queen.
Mm-hmm. Me. The sassy queen.
That's where Anthony Ramos, he kind of got big from Hamilton, too.
Yes.
And Jordan Fisher got to be in Hamilton, too.
Yes. I love him.
Little part. I loved Hamilton. I was obsessed with it for like a couple years. So, and then I see why that's when people started to notice him. They're like, man, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, like, he's really taken off. Like, and I'm ready to see what he does next.
Kind of off topic, but kind of not. Jordan Fisher was in the Grease Live.
He was.
And good. So was
Ariana Grande was in it.
Yes, and
Aaron
Tippett from Les Mis was in it.
Dove Cameron.
Yeah,
it was good. I liked Grease Live. Our last musical, we're gonna talk about Wicked.
Oh man, iconic.
You seen the tour of it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
A Broadway tour.
Yes, I did.
And I went to the one time I went to New York in my life because I'm not rich and I wish I could live there, but I cannot because I'm poor.
Yeah, I saw it when they were on tour, and it was magical. Yeah. I loved it.
I got to see it on Broadway, and it was amazing. I forced my mom to come and watch it with me, and she said she had a good time, but who knows?
The story of Wicked is really good. Like, it's kind of the prequel to the Wizard of Oz, which is another classic.
See it in a different way.
Right. You get to see Elphaba's, the Wicked Witch of the West, her backstory, and why she is the way she is, and Glinda's backstory.
I like the so-called evil characters, because you're not born evil, and that's like the premise of that musical too. Like, you're not born evil. Like,
and then when you find out how the lion became the lion, the scarecrow, and the Tin Man, how they became what they are, that was so interesting to me, because I grew up watching The Wizard of Oz, and it was like one of my favorite movies as a kid, still is now.
Yeah.
And it was interesting seeing how everything played out to be what it was in The Wizard of Oz. We're wanting a movie.
Yes. There's been talks for a Wicked movie for, I don't know.
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
But honestly, if I were to cast it right now, I really want Jordan Fisher to be Fiero. I feel like he could pull that off.
He could.
And I feel like he's coming up right now. And like he's one of my top picks for Fiero.
Ariana Grande to play Elphaba.
Ariana Grande to play Elphaba.
She's got the voice for it. She does. Really does. Because you have to have a good, strong voice to be her.
There's a video on YouTube, you can look it up, of her singing Defying Gravity.
Oh, I have it on my Spotify. She sung The Wizard and I.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that. Love Cameron.
I feel like she's the obvious choice for Glinda.
Yeah.
Like, Dove Cameron, and she done some theater productions. Like, she's a theater kid. Like,
yeah.
So
she would kill it.
Her dream role, really.
She would kill it.
So that's ideal.
Yeah.
And honestly, throw Idina Menzel in there. Give her
something.
What's the madam, the teacher?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Let's put Idina Menzel. Go ahead.
She's the original Elphaba.
Let's go ahead and throw Hugh Jackman in there too.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
He should play the teacher. What's his name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Just throw him in there.
Throw Hugh Jackman in there too.
Throw Hugh Jackman in there. I'm trying to think who could play a good Bach. I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard.
That's a hard one. Yeah. Joshua Bassett.
Yeah. Joshua Bassett. I could see him as Bach.
Yeah.
I bet Leah Michele really wants to be in that movie.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about her.
Leah Michele would
Oh, yeah, she would. Oh, she'd be a good Elphaba, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
I feel like she's got the look of Elphaba.
She does. Because she favors Idina Menzel. Idina Menzel queen because she's also Elsa. So.
And Kristen Chenoweth, I say her name?
Yes.
As the original Glenda.
Perfect, man.
Like, you can't beat it.
You can't top her, I don't think.
They're recently posted about, like, they're doing a Funny Girl revival on Broadway. And I bet Leah Michele is, like, pissed that she didn't get to be in it.
Oh, yeah.
They announced the cast and everything. So.
I mean, don't rain on my parade. She killed it.
She killed it.
She killed it in Glee.
I mean, people hate on her, and she does have her flaws. And everyone has their flaws.
I love her.
But she can sing. Like, you can't deny that Leah Michele can sing. That
Absolutely.
girl can sing. I would like to see Tangled. Live action.
Yes. Oh, yes. That'd be so good.
I don't know how to cast that, but somebody cast it. Please.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Can we get a live action Frozen and get a real reindeer to play Sven? Because Sven's my favorite.
For Sven, like, we have called in about 500 reindeer auditions. Well, I mean, do your best cat.
I mean, I'm sure they could do Olaf, like, somehow.
Yeah.
CGI, like, you know, they got the technology now.
Yeah, they could.
And the guy who originally does his voice, he can just do him. He was in the live action Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jonathan Groff for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
He was Kristoff, and they did not give him a song in the first Frozen, and then the second Frozen, they gave him the best song ever.
Yes!
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Lost in the Woods.
It's a
with
good
the
one.
reindeer, and he voiced all the reindeer, too.
Yeah. And in Hamilton,
Oh,
his song in
as the
Hamilton.
king,
Yeah.
yes. I just had to throw in some Jonathan Groff credit at the end of this. So that was kind of it for this episode. I know we kind of touched on a lot of different things. But just comment, let us know what you like. We can answer questions. We're not your therapist, but I need a therapist myself, but I can give you good advice.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through a lot, you know, and we can give advice on just certain things mental health wise and stuff like that. And you don't have to make a public comment. Like, you guys can send us a message. Like, we're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
You can do it anonymously if if anybody is struggling with anything. Because the world we live in right now, like, it's crazy. And I pray for this world.
Better times to come.
Yeah, but I know everyone struggles with mental health in some way. And, like, if anyone out there is feeling lonely, like, I feel you. I've been there.
Yeah,
I'm there. Like,
same.
But anything you want to talk about, like, let us know, like, some of your favorite musicals. I'd love to chat with everybody in the comments. Please, if you liked this video, please give us a like and subscribe. I would love that. It would make my day.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. We're on Twitter.
Yep.
Some things coming up that we have talked about too. We're thinking about doing vlogs and stuff, like YouTube style vlogs on our channel. I'm of course gonna vlog my trip to Covington coming up. So if anyone has been to Covington, let me know what are the places to go to. What should we do? We're kind of just doing the tour ourselves. I have all the addresses of everything saved in my phone. I'm trying to plan an itinerary, but let me know like where to go, what to do.
Yep.
Because I'm excited for that. So we're going to vlog that and like y'all see that.
Yes.
And Hannah has some ideas and stuff that she's wanting to do.
I'm thinking about starting up my personal channel again. I used to do it back in the day, but I'm thinking about starting that up again, just full of like behind the scenes stuff with my wedding. The bachelorette trip is in October, so vlogging that, and our honeymoon, of course, and just all things wedding and stuff me and Dee get into. That's it for today, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, Amazon Music, any of that, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please subscribe, like, comment. We have some trips planned. We have a trip in May. We have a trip in August. We have some content coming for you guys. We have some things planned.
Yep.
So we're really excited. I guess that's it. We're gonna chill for the rest of the night. It got dark outside really fast.
Yeah, the sun went down as we were filming, so if the lighting's a little different, that's Mother Nature.
Have a great week. I don't know what
Bottle's
time
empty.
you're listening to this. The bottle is always empty.
Yeah.
If it's your morning, if it's your start of the week, you listen to it at night. Like, just have a great week. Focus on yourself. Be positive.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Know your worth.
The weather that we're getting outside.
Yes.
That's making me happy.
Come back next week for episode 7. We'll see you guys then.
All right, bye.
Bye.